set, Sammy, there?
I am ready.
All righty.
Okay. I would like to call to order the regularly scheduled Sylvania Township Board of Trustees meeting on November 6th at 4 p.m.
We'll call the roll. Mr. Haddad, absent. Mr. Mahoney? Here. Mr. Genowine?
Here.
Simcoe, here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any corrections to the regular meeting on the 15th or the special meeting on the 29th?
I make a motion that we approve both.
Second.
You're the one, yeah, you have to do it. Calling the roll, Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes. Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda this evening?
I have none.
Anyone signed in for hearing of the public?
Wait.
Oh,
I'd like to update the board on the projects on Sylvania Avenue.
okay. Anyone sign in?
No.
Okay. That puts Darrell up.
Good afternoon. I just have one quick item. It's Resolution 13-117, request authorization to abate the property located at 5928 Freedley Drive. This is a high grass and weed property. The property owner is deceased, and the adult children of the property owner are sort of taking care of the property. Not well enough, I guess. At any rate, the rear yard of the property is overgrown with weeds, and we're requesting that be abated.
Do they charge more, like, to clean up the leaves and everything? I mean, do they have an hourly rate for us, or
I think they just mulch them up as they cut up the grass
Okay.
and weeds.
Go ahead, John, sorry.
I'll offer Resolution 13-117 requesting abatement at 5928 Freedley Drive.
Second.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Thanks, Darrell.
Thanks, Joe. Greg?
Good afternoon. The monthly report for October has been submitted. Pretty much finished up the new vehicle refueling station with much concrete. Much of that was performed by the in-house crews. We started the leaf pickup program, and the storm sewer project, Plainview Drive and Wolford Drive, are complete. And I'd like to point out the upcoming projects on item 11 on page 2. I'm very pleased to inform the board that the county engineers are ready to move forward with 2 more storm sewer projects. Kelvin, Janet Estes, that's north of Whiteford area by the state line. Those storm sewers are dated back to 1930. Good to have those replaced this winter, and then the Hasty Road culverts. There's a total of 3 culverts on Hasty Road. And other items in the monthly report, the service and road departments completed hazardous communication training. That's a mandate by the Bureau of Workers' Comp. And the police department exterior lighting project is nearly complete, just pending 1 light by their fuel depot. Other than that, their new LED lights are installed. The roadwork projects I'd like to update the board. Sylvania Avenue Mitchell Roundabout, that will open on 15 November. And then Sylvania Avenue at Robin Hood, that project will open 12 November. Sylvania Avenue in Whiteford is pretty much complete, except some signage, overhead mass for directional signs, traffic patterns, things along that line. Seating, miscellaneous, just a punch list. So that's all I have for the board.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you. Hey, I got one question. How's the leaf pickup? Is going good, but I don't think there's many leaves down. Do we have any approximation or what, you know?
Actually, we've been going quite well. Our contractors will move in next week.
Okay.
So we're
designated areas. But so far, the equipment and manpower doing well, and all things positive right now.
Sounds good. Okay.
Thanks, Greg. Next up is the fire chief, and he's got a resolution and comment about the fire.
Actually, I've got three things for you tonight. The first is a resolution, let me get the right number here, 13-113, to accept the donation of a van for us practicing extrication.
I'll offer resolution 13-113.
Second.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Just a real quick update on station number 1. We'll be doing our final punch list tomorrow. We have gotten an occupancy permit from Lucas County. Everything's going very well with that. The cleanup of the station will be tomorrow and Friday. I plan on moving crews in on Sunday. We will start operating out of that station Sunday afternoon. We are going to hold a public open house on the 17th, a week from this coming Sunday. Give the guys at least a week in the building to make sure, shake down crews, if you will, to make sure everything's operating properly and to get all the systems up and running, and then we'll do an open house on November 17th from 1 to 4.
Nice.
Great.
Guys are real excited about moving in.
Yeah,
So
great
looks
job
good.
with that.
The other thing I bring you up to date on is we had a fire yesterday morning at 5010 Heather Place. It was a bedroom fire, room and contents. Fire crews arrived after 3 minutes of response time and put the fire out, room and contents, basic fire. We were called back to the address at 1 o'clock in the morning. Fire was located in a different area of the house. When crews arrived, it was through the roof and it was a total loss of the house. All I can say right now is the fire is under investigation. We have Officer Tollison from the police department helping us with the investigation at this time. Nothing for me.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chief. Chief Bowman, you have anything? Okay, the next is the administrator, and I have one resolution. I'm going to have Susan talk to it about it. And before she starts, I'd like to publicly thank her for the work she's done on this. This is her project, and she's done a terrific job on healthcare.
You're looking at Resolution 13-116, asking for you to accept and approve the Health Insurance Committee's recommendation for 2014. The committee has been meeting over the last several months. Mainly, they're tracking claims, which we're pleased to say they're down. They also are looking at ways that they might tweak the insurance, whether that be deductibles or coverage. But the bottom line is they decided that there was going to be no plan design change this year in the medical, RX, or the dental. The dental claims were up this last year, so we will be passing on a 12% increase on the dental insurance to the employees, which obviously they just pay their 10% of that. We're making a slight change on the vision coverage. We're going to have that to be a $20 exam copay. And then the frames and lenses will just be a flat reimbursement of $200 a year. No premium increase, though, in the medical, RX, and vision. We were able to get a really good quote on a different stop-loss carrier. I have Jeff Barneski here from the Highland Group. If you look in front of you, I think I've laid out there the current plan and what the renewal was, the proposal. So if you would like to ask him any questions about that, he's here to answer those.
No, I think the committee's done a great job, and I know we've had success. You know, the results are showing, and I know you've spearheaded it, and like John, I'd like to thank you for it. I mean, in these times, to keep the premiums flat for 2 years in a row is pretty amazing, so great job, everybody.
Well, that's, yes, due to the employees. Like I said, their claims have been down. When we did the spouse option, where the spouses are off the plans, that has helped tremendously. And like I said, I give credit to the Highland Group for going out and shopping the market. And we are probably going to be moving away from Medical Mutual on the stop-loss portion only. because they just did not come in as competitive as Standard did, so.
Great. I'll offer motion 13-116 to accept and approve Sylvania Township Health Insurance Committee recommendations.
Second.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susan.
Good job, Susan.
And one other thing, and you mentioned it, is the committee, who are made up of the various union members and administration, they really understand the problem. I mean, they're all on board of trying to save costs, and I'm real pleased with their thought process. They really understand the problem, and they're doing all they can to save us money. So it's a very, at this point, it's very successful. Next up is fiscal officer.
We just have two resolutions. The first one is 13-114 appropriation, and we need to transfer some monies to the police fund for forfeited vehicles, and the fire fund would like to transfer monies to the fire capital projects fund for future use in buying oxygen bottle. And the road and bridge and the fire fund are short on some of the various line items needed to finish the year. So we would ask that this resolution be approved. You see the detail there. It's not a lot of large numbers, but it's just we're kind of in that little phase of having to move a little bit of money around as we approach year end.
I'm fine. Offer resolution, sorry, I was doing, apologize. Offer resolution 13-114, approval of appropriations.
Second.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
And then lastly, we have another transfer of funds, a resolution 13-115, and you see it there, just as following up on the previous motion that we just approved.
I'll offer resolution 13-115, approve transfer of funds.
Second.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
That's all I have.
All right. Hearing of the public on non-agenda items? Nobody?
Nobody signed?
I would like
Can I mention something just on the open side of it?
Sure. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You know what,
Thank
you worked
you.
really hard.
Thank you.
And you took it serious, and obviously the results came out where it came out. And, you know, congratulations, and I look forward to being with you for 2 more years. So.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. It's I think, you know, the biggest part of my success has been the staff and the board here, and Mr. Simcoe as fiscal officer. You guys make this job a lot easier, so it's overwhelming, and thank you, and I look forward to serving 4 more years. Great. I'd like to offer a motion to adjourn at 4:13.
Second.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
We be adjourned, right?
All right.
We're getting shorter and shorter.